Breaking after the information from Jerusalem Times that Trump is planning to recognize the Palestinian state, Israel foreign minister came out with a threat. Unilateral recognition of Palestine state will force unilateral actions in response. So these guys are just terrorists. There are reports that Trump is going to recognize Palestine as its own state. Kenneth Ross tweets out, it's good that Trump wants the Nobel Prize. To merit one, he needs to stand up to Netanyahu. No ethnic cleansing in Gaza. No forever war there so Netanyahu can avoid prison. No more Israeli opposition to a Palestinian state. The headline here is Trump wants the Nobel Peace Prize. Here's how he can earn one. So this is from the Jerusalem Post. Gulf diplomatic sources debate if Trump will announce U.S. recognition of Palestinian state. Saudi Arabia will host a Gulf-U.S. summit in mid-May during Trump's Mideast visit. Speculation swirls over a major announcement on a Palestinian state and peaceful U.S.-Saudi nuclear cooperation. This follows the summit held on May 21st, 2017, during Trump's first term. The summit, hosted by Saudi Arabia and its capital, Riyadh, was preceded by numerous predictions regarding the announcement that Trump referred to, describing it as a very important announcement during a meeting with most important announcement ever. Everybody's talking about this announcement. It's a phenomenal announcement. We've never seen an announcement like this. Describing it as a very important announcement during a meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney at the White House on Tuesday, May 6th. In addition to what Trump intends to announce, the summit's agenda and the deals and agreements expected to take place have become the talk of the town, ranging from security and military deals to technology deals and artificial intelligence deals. A lot of deals. Some of these are some of the best deals. We got multiple deals. Everybody's excited about. No one's ever seen deals like these. These are phenomenal deals. All Gulf leaders are scheduled to participate in the Gulf U.S. Summit, with the exception of King Salman bin Abdulaziz, who has not participated in public events or meetings for a long time due to his health. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to be there, even though he had bad health. I heard he was going to be there, but Jerusalem Post says he's not. A Gulf diplomatic source who declined to be named or disclose his position told the media line, President Trump will issue a declaration regarding the state of Palestine and American recognition of it. So that's an anonymous source. That's an anonymous diplomat. Is that real? I don't know. Is that hopeful thinking, wishful thinking? Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be amazing. That would screw up Zionism. And that there will be the establishment of a Palestinian state without the presence of Hamas. I'm sure Hamas would disband if Trump negotiated, hey, we're going to turn things over to the PLO, or we're going to have a new election, and Hamas can't be on the ballot. But in exchange, we're going to give you, the United States is going to recognize you as a state. I 100% they would go along with that. The source also added, if an announcement of American recognition of the state of Palestine is made, it will be the most important declaration that will change the balance of power in the Middle East, and more countries will join the Abraham Accords. The source confirmed that economic agreements will certainly be present, but many of them have already been announced, and we may witness the Gulf states being exempted from tariffs. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee denied this stuff. Of course he did. He's more of Zionist than Netanyahu is. He said Israel has no better friend. Blah, blah, blah. Ahmed al-Ibrahim, a former Gulf diplomat, told the media line, I don't expect it to be about Palestine. Oh, really? So now we have conflicting. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, I love their names. And it's like, it's you know how they gave Fat Tony. Or, that's what all this is. That el-Sisi, hey. It's like Joey the Nose. That's what all this shit is, right? And King Abdullah II of Jordan have not been invited. Oh, really? So the Egyptian president and the Jordanian president have not been invited. They are the two countries closest to Palestine, and it would be important for them to be present in any event like this. So that's why that guy says, I don't think that's happening, because if it was, those guys would be there. Al Ibrahim also said there will be major deals coming, perhaps similar to what happened in 2017 Gulf U.S. Summit, with the Saudis deals worth more than $400 billion. Let's not forget that the United Arab Emirates announced investments in the U.S. worth more than $1 trillion. And Saudi has announced investments worth more than $600 billion. That's not small change. This is clear because President Trump intends to visit the United Arab Emirates and Qatar after concluding his visit to Saudi Arabia. These are two important economies with significant financial resources and major investments in the United States. This other guy, Ahmed Bushoki, have you ever had the Bushokis? Oh,
just last week.
They pan fry them with that sauce. Fantastic. They melt in your mouth, the Bushokis. I remember my grandma used to make the piogis and the Bushokis. They were fantastic. A Saudi political analyst told the media line, this is about major economic deals that will take place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Perhaps U.S. President Trump hinted at this when he told the American people to buy stocks now before his big announcement in the next 2 days. Remember that? Regarding the news of peaceful U.S.-Saudi nuclear cooperation to generate electricity in Saudi Arabia, Bushaki said, Saudi Arabia has had a program announced since 2010, and it has been discussed several times before. International companies are now working to implement these. So Saudi Arabia wants to go to nuclear power? You think you think they'd want to use oil? No, we're going to sell our oil and we're going to go to nuclear. Is that what they're doing? Plans are currently underway in Saudi Arabia to build the kingdom's first nuclear reactor, with several international companies competing to design and build the reactor. Meanwhile, the neighboring Gulf country, the United Arab Emirates, already owns the Baraka reactor and is the only Arab country with a 4-reactor nuclear power plant in collaboration with a Korean company. Get the F out of here. Breaking after the information from Jerusalem Times that Trump is planning to recognize the Palestinian state, Israel foreign minister came out with a threat. Unilateral recognition of Palestine state will force unilateral actions in response. So these guys are just terrorists. Israel are just Mel, our friend, the Village Crazy Lady, says, this is from February 2024. These were the conditions the Saudis committed to then. No relations with Israel without the establishment of an independent Palestinian state on the 1967 borders. The Trump team accepted this as a precondition for normalcy is a big deal. I know it's not as much as some wanted. I get it. I do. But the Biden administration did everything short of threatening KSA with military action to get them to drop this demand, and they wouldn't do it. So Trump acknowledging it and saying that the official U.S. position is to respect that request is a big step in the right direction. So here she links to it. Saudi Arabia says no relations with Israel before recognition of a Palestinian state with 967 borders. And here it is. In a statement released early Wednesday, the Saudi Foreign Ministry said the kingdom has informed Washington that it will have diplomat relations with Israel, that it will have no, I got to read this. I got to look at it. That it will have no diplomatic relations with Israel until an independent Palestinian state is established on the 67 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital, and Israel ends its offense on the Gaza Strip and withdraws its troops from the enclave. So good on Saudi Arabia, I guess. And good on Trump. We'll see what happens. This is a fingers crossed moment. I don't have faith, but I have hope. At least there's some hope. So that's great. Great hope. All right, we'll see what happens. If Trump does this, he will get the Nobel Prize. I bet he wants one.
He would really be sticking it to Obama.
I bet nothing matters more than him right now than to try to figure out a way to get a Nobel Prize. I bet you that's what he's going to try and do. We'll see. 1775 and Rumble just launched the first anti-aging coffee. And no, it's not brewed in Fauci's lab, though it will make you feel younger without the side effects of government advice. They dropped 1,000 longevity bundles, blew through most of them, And after watching freedom lovers panic harder than CNN on election night, they extended the sale and added a few more. Once this deal is gone, it's gone, like your trust in the FDA. For $99, you're getting over our $250 value. 2 bags of longevity coffee infused with Cal-AKG to support cellular health and reduce biological age. And yes, they'll be selling biological age tests soon just to prove it. Plus, an ultra-rare pea berry roast that makes up less than 5% of global crops, kind of like honest politicians. And exclusive merch that screams, I don't shop at Target anymore. All of it, specialty grade, single origin, small batch. This isn't your sleepy chain store coffee. It's for people who read food labels and voted before mail-in ballots were cool. If you believe in America, in freedom, and in not settling for weak corporate nonsense, this is your coffee. Every dollar you spend gets you 1 entry to win a Cybertruck and 30 grand in cash, eh? That's 99 entries locked in. And with less than a month left, this bundle guarantees you a real shot. Head to 1775coffee.com/door and grab yours before the last bundle's gone. Fuel up, live long, and start your morning with coffee that stands for something. Come see us live in Los Angeles, Buffalo, Toledo, Montreal, Ottawa, Glasgow, Manchester, Belfast, Dublin, London, Liverpool, Birmingham. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.